Dennis Grundy. I'm 53 years old. I was a jockey, thoroughbred jockey, yes. Well, it's tradition really. It was first run in the early or the late, I think it's when was it, 1800s. It was first run. It's one of the oldest races in Australia. Okay, Melbourne Cup traditionally is run over 2 miles, the old 2 miles, which in metric terms is 3,200 metres. It's, as I said, one of the very few 2-mile races on the Australian racing calendar. I think it's a fashion event, yes. I think it's also not so much the day itself, but the whole Melbourne Cup week tends to be more about who to be seen with than the actual race, which from my perspective is always primary. I was going to have a ride in it one day. Yep. I was going to ride a horse called Sugarstone in it in 1992, but he broke down in the Geelong Cup, so we didn't get there. Oh, Winx is an amazing animal. It's probably the best horse I've ever seen race. When I was in Europe, I went to the races and I saw another horse called Frankel, who, like Winx, is probably the best 2 horses that have been in the round since the last 20 or 30 years. Like of the horse, firstly, the thoroughbred itself, it's an amazing animal. And to consider that you've got 500 kilos of animal that can run as fast as it can run is amazing. When I started my apprenticeship, the minimum weight was 46 kilos. Now the minimum weight on most race days is 54 kilos. So you've got an 8 kilo, which is over a stone, difference in minimum weight scales from then to now. Horses are handicapped with weight. The better the horse, the more weight it has to carry in a race to theoretically finish all in a line at the end of the race. That doesn't happen, of course, but the racing, I think they've gone too far with the weights. They should, I think a 53 minimum should come back to 53 kilos, in my opinion. The weight scale has gone too far up. It should come back a kilo, in my opinion. During my apprenticeship, I rode over 100 winners. 57 of those were in the city, and I can't remember how many in the provincials and country areas. I've won over 1,000 races. I don't know how many races I've ridden in. It's somewhere in the vicinity of 10,000. But that's been on in 4 countries. I had my last ride in the year 2000. That was a long time ago. You miss the adrenaline rush. Discipline. Massively, you have to be very disciplined. Especially in my situation where I was quite a heavyweight jockey. So the discipline to be conscious of diet, be conscious of both drinking and food, and also the discipline to work hard, which carried over into doesn't matter what you do. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Well, yeah, firstly, if you are going to be in the industry, just prepare well. If you can't prepare well, then once again, that's the discipline side of it. If you're not going to be disciplined, then you're probably not going to succeed. And if you're confident in your own abilities, I have no doubt that you'll go a long way no matter what you do. It was an industry that was very good to me. And like anything, as I said, the harder you work, the luckier you got. So, as any sports person will tell you, you just don't get handed anything. You've got to sort of take it and grasp it.